Greetings and welcome to the anatomy of an APA article citation. In this tutorial, we're going to briefly introduce APA-style citation and provide you with a basic example of the bibliographic citation of an article in APA style, which we will then dissect, describing each of the constituent parts of that citation, why they're included, and how to format them in the citation. Hopefully, at the end of this video, you will understand the basic principles of citing an article in APA style and will be able to construct your own basic article citations. So to start out, what is APA citation? The APA citation style is laid out in the APA Publishing and Style Guide, which follows the standards adopted by the American Psychological Association, hence the acronym. This citation style is used most commonly by programs in the social sciences such as psychology, linguistics, sociology, economics, and criminology, as well as business and nursing programs. As of 2019, the APA Handbook is in its 7th edition, so the version of APA citation we will be covering in this video is APA 7th. Okay, so now we know what APA citation is. How do we create one? Well, this is where we get into the details of dissecting a bibliographic citation to show you how it works. However, to really get the most out of this part of the video, it helps if you have the proper tools. At the very least, a paper and pencil or pen, and maybe some highlighters if you think they would help. Feel free to pause the video now and collect your tools. Got everything? Great. Okay, so here you see the bibliographic citation we're going to dissect. Just in case you are wondering, no, I have not written an article titled The Book of Everything, A Critical Review for Fictitious Reviews Quarterly, but this example will serve our purposes. Take your paper and write the citation exactly as you see it on your screen in the center of your piece of paper. Make sure to leave plenty of room for notes. Go ahead and pause the video while you write down the citation. So now I'm going to take this citation apart piece by piece and describe each part, why it's there, and how it's formatted. As this is just a basic example, I may refer to some other situations you may come across while citing sources. If at any point you need more time to make notes about what I'm talking about, feel free to pause the video and then start again when ready. The first thing you should notice about this citation has to do with how a citation, which is multiple lines in length, is formatted. Every line after the first line is indented. This is what is called a hanging indent, and you can get Microsoft Word or Google Docs to format this part of your paper using this indentation style by going into the settings. So the first part of most citations will be the author's name. In APA style, this is formatted last name, comma, first initial, with a period at the end of the first initial. Why does APA only use the first initial? Well, when you look at this citation, if you didn't already know, would you be able to tell whether this article was written by Sean or Sandra Heron? You wouldn't, right? And that's the point. APA citations only use the first initial as a way of preventing gender bias in article citation. The other reason to format citations last name first is more structural. Your Works Cited page is organized alphabetically by author last name, hence it makes sense for it to be the first thing that pops out in a citation. But what happens when there's more than one author? Well, now it gets a little more complicated. The first author is formatted last name, comma, first initial, comma, then you use the ampersand symbol followed by the second author, whose name is formatted just like the first author. In this case, Heron, comma, S, period, comma, ampersand, colon, comma, J, period. If there are three authors, you format the authors' names the same, but you place a comma between authors 1 and 2, and the ampersand goes before the last author. You use this format for up to 20 authors if they are all credited on the same article. And you always end this section with a period. After the author's name comes the year of publication, which is placed in parentheses and ends with a period. We include the date after the author name in APA citation because both of these elements are used to link the citations in the bibliography with the in-text citations in your paper. The next element in the citation is the article title. The reason we include the title of the article should be pretty clear. It's the specific work by this author that we're citing. APA citation formats article titles in a specific way, at least in regards to capitalization. You will notice that only certain words are capitalized, the first word of the title, and the first word of the subtitle, or the part that follows the colon. If there are any proper nouns in the title, they also get capitalized, but that's it. All other words remain lowercase. This section is also ended with a period. The next element in the citation is the journal title. This is capitalized exactly as it is found on the journal, but it is italicized to distinguish it from the earlier article title. The journal title is followed by a comma. The next element in an article citation tells you where in that journal you will find the article. Standard format is that the volume number is italicized and the issue number goes next to the volume number in parentheses, not italicized. End with a comma. However, while this is the standard, not all journals are organized by volumes and issues. Some journals, like our fictitious Reviews Quarterly, are published 4 times a year, so the issue may just be fall 2017. Should you see this, don't freak out and try to find or invent volume and issue numbers that don't exist. Just record what the article says about where it is published within the journal. Then you include the final element of the journal information, the page range in which you find the article. The page range is followed by a period. Now this whole section of the citation, from journal title to page range, is a remnant from the time when libraries received all of their journals in print. During this time, you would look up an article in an index, an early form of database with no full text, and then look up the journal it came from in the library catalog. Then you would go down to the stacks, pull the bound volume, open it up to the issue in question, and then find your article on the page range specified. Databases make this a lot easier now. The last part of an article citation has to do with finding it online. This element is the DOI, which is like a permanent URL. It ensures that this article should be accessible from this point for the foreseeable future. If the article has no DOI, it can be omitted. That takes care of the bibliographic citation. But the bibliographic citation is only one half of a complete APA citation. Every APA citation has 2 parts, the bibliographic citation and the in-text citation. Why do you need both? Well, the bibliographic citation helps your reader know what article you got the information from, but doesn't tell the reader what part of your work was taken from that work, nor does it tell the reader where in the article you cited you got that idea or quote. To learn more about in-text citations, check out our tutorial on in-text citations APA style. Now obviously there are a lot more types of sources to cite than just articles, and there are a lot more situations for citing articles than we've covered in this brief video. If this video didn't answer your question, there are more resources available to help you cite your work. The Purdue Online Writing Lab, or OWL for short, provides an excellent website covering a lot of different scenarios and rules for APA citation. To access the OWL, simply type in Purdue OWL APA into Google or the search engine of your choice. You can also reference the APA Publishing and Style Guide itself by typing APA 7th into OneSearch. Finally, you can always contact the librarian for citation assistance. You can email us at libraryhelp@cpp.edu or call the reference desk at 909-869-3084. Thank you for watching.